today, but it's impossible to do that with where we're at today to do the show. That Guardians game yesterday, I know it's a guy you just got off the trade deadline wire. I know it's someone that's not normally going to be factoring into things for the Cleveland Guardians, but man, did that Tiger series piss me off in the worst way ever. We got to figure some things out with this Guardians team. And I got to know if that is a series that I should be concerned about. Is that something that when I look at this Guardians team, I should be worried? Is this a misnomer? Is this something that I look at and say, maybe this is the true team that I'm seeing? Or no, shut up, man. It was one bad series. So what if they play the Tigers bad? They play everybody else good. Who cares? I got an issue with it. But I can't be angry for where we're at today. We'll tell you about that. Got a lot of NFL to get to. Head coach power rankings based solely on the playoffs. We'll get to that coming up. We also have the tight end rankings this morning from Jeremy Fowler. And we start this morning live from the beautiful Kaulig Championships. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Happy to have you alongside here. This setup, dude, we are here. This is great. I know we can't pan the camera, Ryan. He's here, but we are at the Kaulig Championship down here at Firestone. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not saying that I had low expectations because I did not. Bro, this place has blown me away. So, not even just our setup here. We are in the Kaulig Infinity Zone where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 food trucks lined up. There's a coffee food truck. Gates open at 9 o'clock. People are starting to file in this morning. Hofbrauhaus is here. There's a taco one. There's wings right there. Then you have all the beer spots right over here. You've got 2 golfs. Did you see yesterday Dave almost put one in on X Golf? He almost hit a hole-in-one to win a prize at X Golf.
Our Dave?
Yeah, Dave McAllister. Yeah, right over there. Then you've got LA Golf is here. And then, folks, the stage. When I heard that they were having a stage, I thought, okay, I ain't not kidding. I thought maybe a county fair stage. Bro, that's a major league legit stage. Tonight, Cameron Marlowe here, military appreciation show on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage down here at the Kaulig Championship. The weather is perfect. You could not ask for a more beautiful day here today. I walked around the course yesterday. It was awesome. All the stars are here from the Champions Tour. It's a lot of fun. So you still have plenty of time. Do this. Tell your boss I said it's okay to leave work. It's okay. And if you are the boss, why the hell aren't you here?
True.
You can write that. Do you always laugh when the teams put out there oh, here's your permission slip? I just basically did that. It's kind of corny. It's kind of cheap. Just get the hell out of work. Just blow it off today. Don't go to the job. You don't need to go do that estimate today. Those TPS reports will file themselves on Monday. Don't you worry about it. And you come on down here to the Kaulig Championships. Get your tickets today. They've got weekend tickets. You're all good to go, man. And you want to know what? This is where I'm at in life, Ryan. There's activations for the kids. I would think, if I'm bringing my son or my daughter out here, they've got all the race cars. Obviously, Matt Kaulig's got his race team. Bro, there's NASCARs all over the place out here today. So it's even if the kid doesn't want to go with you to watch golf, there's plenty of things to do for them. Drinks are flowing already. Everybody is out here. KauligChampionship.com. Dude, I followed Vijay Singh for a hole yesterday. Followed Vijay Singh, Steve Stricker. I watched Boo Weekly. Short-sided over there on 16. Put it to a foot. It's incredible to see. Happy to be here. Appreciate everybody's support as well. KauligChampionships.com. Get your tickets. We'll be ready to rock today. Got a lot to do. We got to start with the guards. I'm frustrated with them right now. We'll get to that coming up. I've got a lot of football. A lot of football this morning that we'll kind of piece through. We got to figure out the MLB trade deadline. We got the draft coming up on Sunday. I got our final rankings, our final mock draft from ESPN. That is starting to swirl. That's starting to get really interesting on some things, on what you're hearing from the Guardians with the first overall pick. So we'll get to that. We got time up today. We gotta post a bracket. Do you want to push it back to Monday? We were kind of thrown off yesterday. You weren't in. We didn't post it.
Oh man, I dropped the ball on that one.
Well, the other thing was Pat was in, and we screwed the grid up again yesterday.
He was telling me because he said it was Saints Vikings.
And guess who would have worked again? Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy
Bridgewater would have screwed us.
Latavius Murray.
So I'm almost to the point where I'm just going to say we're just going to do the giveaway next week anyway.
Yeah, we have to.
All right, we'll do it. So
let's be real. I knew that was going to happen. We were going to.
What do you mean? You didn't think
we were going to do it regardless?
Why? Because we had the pressure on us of getting the giveaway for the fans.
Just because it's a very timely giveaway.
Yes, I've pretty much spoiled what it's going to be.
Yes, you kind of did.
Do you know the hell that I'm in?
But that's okay.
I can't play it on my Xbox.
Why?
They're not doing it for Xbox One.
So upgrade.
It ain't that simple anymore, man. Trust me, it's not.
It is.
For months, my buddy sent the text. They go, did you pre-order NCAA? And I said, yeah, I'm doing it right now. Log in. Big old X, cannot play it on this device.
Sorry, bro.
So
upgrade.
No, I refuse. I'm boycotting. I have no choice but to boycott because I can't play it.
They're going to miss your sale, man.
I know exactly. Then my buddy sent me a Reddit post that said that this other guy was in a group with like 20 people. They said all the same things. And I go, see, 60, or 70. See how much money they lost right there if they just would have made it for the last gen consoles? It's only 14 years old, though. So I guess it's time. But we do have our giveaway next week. Again, wink, 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 what it's going to be. So follow us on Twitter, X, at Matt Fontana Show, streaming live there, of course, this morning. We're up on YouTube at Matt Fontana Show and, of course, Twitch across all platforms there. I can't be angry. It is a beautiful day here at the Kaulig Championship. There's golf around. Ryan, should I be upset with the Guardians?
Here's the thing.
Like, I was going
to allowed to be upset.
Like,
and
I guess, I don't want to say unrationally upset. Like, I am pissed off. I am really, really pissed off at this series on how they played against the Tigers. There was a couple of games that I just didn't like the approach, okay? I didn't like what I saw from the plate. You waste a stellar start from Gavin Williams. You had to fight through Tanner Bybee, but to lose 3 out of the 4 to the Tigers, and I understand we never play well at Comerica. There's something about that ballpark that we never play well there. And this is a new team with Stephen Vogt, and you know, I'm not going back to 15 years ago, whatever. There's something about it. And also, the Tigers do not get a vibe that the Tigers feel like they have our ass. Yeah. They feel like they have something for us that they bring in. Okay, that all aside, you cannot lose 3 out of 4 to the Tigers. And I try to stop myself and saying, I'm being irrational. This is a long season. There's still plenty of baseball to go. That all I asked for was a split. Seriously, Dren and I were yesterday. I was talking to him, and I said, I just need a split. It could be a 1-0. It could be a 15-14 piece of crap game. Both those different pieces of craps, right? Didn't matter. You got smoked. And I understand that you put Spencer Howard out there, and you just got him. You just brought him up. That's borderline a bullpen day. Fine. I would like a little more urgency. Now, you can't do that in baseball because it's got to be an everyday thing. It's got to be, we don't look ahead, we don't look back. It's all about winning today. I needed them to win that game yesterday. That's it. To fight for a split. And I understand probably the most people that would yell at me and they say, Matt, you're still have plenty of time to go and you got a 4.5 game lead. Remember we had a 7.5 game lead? Remember when I was joking about that you had a week's worth of baseball up on the Minnesota Twins? Not the case anymore.
You got a weekday's worth of baseball.
Now you got a series. Could be a series. You get a 4-game series against them, half game, you're right back. They're right back in this thing. The other thing that I don't necessarily like about what I saw from the Guardians was exactly that, like a little sense of, and I'm not saying that they should have played that like a playoff game, but just that it looked like they just wanted to get out of town. It looked like they just wanted to get out of town. And it was a getaway day, and I understand that we got the Rays. That's home, right? We got a weekend series. Oh no, it's in Tampa. So you got your weekend series against Tampa, and then you're gone. And you were also facing Jack Flaherty. I mean, you were from the jump behind the 8 ball. You know, you threw a guy that gave up 4 runs in 3 innings. You didn't really expect much from him. Throwing up against a guy that I would love the Guardians to go get, but I doubt is going to happen. And Quan, 1 for 3. Angel Martinez, 0 for 4. And it goes back to kind of what that game was a couple of days ago when your All-Stars, when that middle lineup's for 3, that they played that like a game like they wanted to get the hell out of Detroit. And eventually when it got out of hand, yeah, you're pulling guys out. That's not my problem. I didn't like the approach. I didn't like the approach in several of these games, and it's going to bother me. And it's going to piss me off. And I was thinking about asking this. I actually do want to ask the people at Matt Fontana Show this morning on Twitter, did that series bother you? Did that Detroit series bother you? Very clearly it is for me. And I'm actually going to ask for the opposite. I need people to calm me down on this. I need somebody to be like, dude, it's just one series. They're trying to get to the All-Star break. You can look at how the Yankees are playing. By the way, why has Baltimore not pulling away from the Yankees? Like, you should be yelling at the Orioles to be like, the Yankees have been sucking and you've been doing nothing to extend your lead on out. There's several teams that are really just trying to get to next week. But just one series in July. It's one series in July. You're trying to get to the All-Star break. You had to throw a guy out there that you just picked up. You had a bad offensive game to waste the Gavin Williams start, but like 3 out of 4 to the Tigers. And it comes back to, I'm just going to call it an issue because I can't think about it. The Tigers and the White Sox. And I guess maybe it is because, are we a young team that plays down to our opponents? I don't know. It's just, I'm searching for it, right? I don't know if you have it, but I'm searching for a calm the hell down, Matt. And I'm willing to accept any and all requests and ideas about calming the hell down because I need to.
Well, here's the thing, Matt. I'm not going to let myself get that worked up until we get to the point where, in the God forbidden scenario, we don't go out and get at least one arm. And I expect
that is now just even
that's what I'm
higher
saying.
for
that's
me.
What
If
I'm
they don't
saying.
make a trade,
and I expect the talks to ramp up even more after this MLB draft this weekend. But I mean, you hear the reports. Antonetti and Chernoff are on the phones. They're taking calls. They're doing their due diligence. You know, they're not just sitting back and
starting pitching
doing
at a premium.
And it all comes to the prospect cost that it takes to get these guys if they really value that right now. But you have to when you're this far into the season, about to hit that middle All-Star break, and you're still tied for the American League best record. You got to go do something for this team.
You know what? That helped calm me down.
And I think they will. And it's frustrating, but when you're throwing out Spencer Howard, I mean, what do you expect? And yes, you never want to drop 2 games when you got Tanner Bybee. Right now, your ace on the mound. The Gavin Williams game, it bothers me. It'll start to bother me more if we start dropping these games after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get frustrated, but it's what I expect when you don't have anybody in the starting rotation outside of Tanner Bybee that I truly trust. And maybe Gavin Williams will get to that point. He looked better certainly than his first outing, which is expected as he's getting warmed up. But it's hard to get frustrated when I don't really expect it. You can't expect the Guardians to go out and put 8 runs every game. You can't.
No, and I guess that's my kind of bother. I don't need them to do it, but I just need them to maybe I'm telling you, it's more than just like the box. It's the approach. It's the approach that's bothering me. And I get it that baseball is really all about capturing momentum. And it's about riding weeks, if you can stretch it to weeks, and avoiding the downturn. Eventually, every team is going to lose 4 in a row, right? Eventually, teams get swept in series. What you need to avoid is falling into a week-over-week issue. But the Guardians, there was a great stretch where they were capturing it. They're winning series, and I feel like they've hit a lull. Now, another source of positivity has to be, you got your break coming up. This isn't some team that is red hot that I'm worried, we could really get screwed up by the All-Star break, or, this is a bad time to cool our bats down. No, we're all begging for the All-Star break, and maybe that comes at a good point. Get down, beat the Rays. And I want to run through this, too, because they had it on CBS Sports about all the MLB trade deadline rumors, which do impact the Guardians. But there's a lot of rumblings that the Rays might be a selling team. And I'm not saying that you're down there looking at guys like you just have to play them. But they're right now 11 back in the division. And they're 5.5 back of a wild card. If I'm the Rays, I'm selling. And I'm selling strong. But the interesting thing is, as we talked about the trade deadline, what the Guardians are able to do, is it a bullpen arm? Because, listen, I'm starting to pick this up too now, that they might not get a starting pitcher. And it's mostly because this market is going to be so small, and the few guys that are getting traded, they're high up, and it's going to be an asking price that you don't want to pay, right? All right, then go give me a bullpen arm, go get me a bat. Do something like that. But is that going to be good enough for you? I'm almost to the point now, I just need him to make a move. I really want him to go get a starting pitcher, and even if you got to overpay, I don't care. Even if you got to overpay, I don't care. Do what you need to do, and especially if it's a guy like Jack Flaherty we just saw yesterday. I'm all for it. But you watch these other teams, some of them feel like they're a part of this. They still feel like they're in the wild card. That's tough because now they're not willing to sell. Other rumors real quick from CBS Sports. Before we get into a trade, I got a mock draft for Sunday because I will tell you this. It's 1 of 3 guys. I take that back. It's 1 of 2 guys.
Wow.
It's 2 guys.
No. How could it be 2 guys?
Because it ain't going to be your boy. I'll tell you that in a second. MLB trade rumors from CBS Sports. Number 1, Max Scherzer's not going to waive his no-trade clause. Why is that important to the Cleveland Guardians? Because I want Max Scherzer. No, we're not getting Max Scherzer. You want him on the market, that bumps somebody else down for you. If you enter to believe that Garrett Crochet is the number one starting pitcher available right now, that's where the Dodgers and all these rich teams are going to be all about, oh, yep, we'll make these trades. We'll do what we need to do. Max Scherzer becomes available, then that knocks down Garrett Crochet, who then knocks down this guy, who knocks down that guy. So it's really hard to not say it. It has an impact on the Guardians. Not because you're trading for Scherzer. I want somebody else to trade for Scherzer. Go ahead, get him, and then that'll knock down a Flaherty or a Garrett Crochet if those guys then become available. They also write in CBS Sports this morning, the Jays are prepared to sell. Still in on Bo Bichette?
It's not a priority right now. Not a priority at all.
I mean, there's some people that would yell about watching Brian Roque over the past couple of weeks. I'm just saying.
If in the scenario I can't go get a starting pitcher, I don't want them to be idle by any means. I want the bat. If that's the only move that's capable, what are you looking at?
They got ample turnovers over there.
I'm sorry.
Did you see that?
I wish you could just see Matt. He's like,
oh, no, you see me. I'm just staring over there because I'm like, what's on that sign? $5 breakfast? Go to break.
Bro, we get free food.
I know.
That, right?
I'm just saying, but I'm talking about for the people, Ryan, for the people here at the Kaulig Championships.
You're a people's guy. I get it. I get it.
That lineup of food trucks right there. And again, you want to know the best part? Gates open at 9. They're fucking open at 9. They're getting the people with they got coffees over there. Somebody cracking the first garage beer of the day. What are we doing here? Come on now. Let's go. Get down here. KauligChampionships.com.
What's your drink? We're on the internet.
I have a 45-minute ride home, but
one beer.
Could you imagine that phone call to my poor wife? I spent 5 hours on the golf course yesterday.
Can you pick me up?
I've had one or two or 10 down here at the golf tournament. You want to come get me, and I also need to get my car home. Yeah, we'd be doing ads for a divorce lawyer on Monday, Ryan. That's what we'd be doing on Monday. So we'll make the smart move there.
What's the rate now? Like 50? It's like 50% get divorced
50,
nowadays?
I'm sure. But I don't mean to derail from our Guardians conversation. It's very important. Some of those marriages are shams. You know what I mean? Like that, those rates. And I'm not saying that there aren't people that are married for 10, 15 years and they get a divorce and all kinds of stuff. Dude, there was a story I read that this couple, like in their late 80s, married for 60-odd some years. She admitted she cheated on him in like the 50s, and he still divorced her ass.
Hey, bro.
I get it. I get it. I understand.
She's for the streets.
But like some of those, I'm sure it counts. Like if you go to Vegas and an annulment or whatever, you know, like stuff like that. Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries were married for 70 days or whatever that was.
Yep.
You know, like that stuff. And then you also see people. I ain't knocking anybody out there. That's the way it is what it is. But people are married like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
You know. And I think it's a lot of like I don't know why I stumbled this on the other day. Gary Oldman. I was on his Wikipedia. You know me in Wikipedia. He's been married like 5 times.
Yeah,
like I guess you keep searching for it. Like do your thing, man. Shouldn't say that too loud because John Daly's on the course somewhere over there.
The Leonardo DiCaprio special. 25. As soon as
but he never marries anyone.
Women's they start to decline apparently.
I would disagree with that. That's not me saying that. I would actually.
That's not me saying that.
I would actually well,
that's Leonardo
to each their own, but I'm telling you, I actually think that's really false. But he never marries them.
Right.
Because he's got all that money. That's all his thing. Back to baseball. What a transition that is. So the Jays are prepared to sell. You still don't think Bo Bichette. And they don't really have a starter. They have like that UC Kuka Chara, I think. Like I don't. Ain't no part of me want Justin Turner.
But here's the thing. What's his control? Because if you're trading prospects for Bo Bichette, that's
one more year.
That's the problem. Is because that doesn't get you over the hump this year.
Well, this year it might.
No. Without getting a pitcher?
What's he got, arbitration? Oh, no. Like if you said Bichette was your only move.
That's what I'm saying. If that's the case, then I don't see the point.
No, actually, okay, so Bichette signed a deal that basically ate up most of his arbitration. Yeah. So here's what it is. He's on a $12 million deal this year. So he signed a deal to eat up his 3 years arbitration. So he's got 12 due this year, but he's due 17.5 next year. So he is under control. 17's not like atrocious, but he better be your everyday starting shortstop at that point.
I'm more worried about.
I'd rather have a pitcher too. Like I would much rather have a pitcher too. But it's just again the rumors this morning from CBS Sports, so they're selling. And the final one, not that it really impacts us. The Giants may play it safe and not do much. They've had to deal with a lot of injuries, and a lot of their starters are out. but they're coming back. So that's like kind of what they're doing. Alex Cobb and Robbie Ray are both hurt for the Giants. They might stand pat because those guys are coming back. Would you say the same for the Guardians? You got Gavin Williams back. If Tristan McKenzie can get his stuff figured out, and you assume Logan Allen would come back, it's still not enough for me.
No.
It's still not enough for me. Over to the draft we go. It'd be nice if it was kind of like the NFL where a guy you draft, you're like, yep, they come right back up and you're ready to go. I'd be drafting a pitcher even though there's no pitcher to be had at number 1.
Did you see Paul Skeens?
I know. I talked about it a lot on ESPN last night. How do you pull him? How do you pull a guy with a no-hitter going? And I get it because the Pirates are saying this is the franchise, right? But I was working with Emmett last night. He had such a great point. He's going to have Tommy John eventually. They all do. So if you could put him in there to throw a no-hitter and he's got to have Tommy John next year instead of 3 years from there, then so be it. They can't operate that way. The other thing is if they were trying to save him to start the All-Star game.
You think Livy Dunn was mad? She was probably pissed.
Okay, so here's the other thing. Ask Paul Skeens.
She's going to make TikToks about his no-hitter.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. I don't think about that. What is Paul Skeens' motivation? If his motivation is to make money, then, yeah, you can't get hurt. But you got a chance to do something in baseball that's pretty legendary. All right, let me ask you this. I'm glad you brought it up. I want an offshoot question here.
Yeah.
Are no-hitters truly a good barometer of an elite pitcher? Because you would look at guys like Nolan Ryan, right, who still never won the Cy Young, by the way. What's he got, like 7? Verlander, Scherzer. Now, a perfect game is a little different because that's like a little flukiness to it. And I think there's a flukiness to no-hitter. And we see elite pitchers throw no-hitters. But, bro, I pull up names. I pull up guys that had no-hitters through 6 or 7 that got pulled, and it's nothing special. So I look at it from that standpoint, like, we know Paul Skeens is filthy. We know he is disgusting. Does he really need a no-hitter? He might not ever get another opportunity to do it. And if he is going to, on the projection of what you think he's going to be, and he's going to go to Cooperstown one day, he'd like a no-hitter on his resume. And especially if you're standing there saying he threw a no-hitter in his 8th start, 10th start, or whatever he's on right now, I don't know how you pull him, man.
And there's also no-hitters where the field's helping you out a lot.
Oh, that's my whole point.
For Paul. He had 11 Ks through 7 innings. You're projected for, 14 Ks at that point?
You know, the other thing, too,
that is a legendary
if those robo-umps ever come, because you're talking about balls and strikes, too, and this call and that call, fair and foul doesn't happen so much with balls and strikes. You're going to have a pitcher, or an umpire that's a pitcher's umpire in there. All that kind of, I don't know how you go to him and, Derek Shelton said, he goes, we didn't like how he looked. What? Oh, okay. I get. They said he was getting tired, and he's gonna lie to you when you go out there. He's like, I'm fine, but apparently they didn't like something they saw. I don't know. All right, ESPN mock draft final one. Kylie McDaniel Sunday night. We'll have the Guardians pick. I said it's down to 2. Do you want to know who those 2 are?
I mean, I pay attention. So and you said it's not my guy, so it's clearly Condon and Weatherholt.
Oh no, I thought your guy was Condon.
No, I want Bazana.
It's Bazana and Weatherholt. Those are the 2 for me.
That's what I like to hear. But a lot of people won't like
Charlie
that.
Condon's out. I'm telling you this right now. You look at the Vegas odds, Charlie Condon's out. It's not him. It's going to be Weatherholt or Bazana. ESPN, Kylie McDaniel, J.J. Weatherholt, shortstop, West Virginia. Now, that would hurt you a little bit here. He says his current handicap is this: 45% Weatherholt, Bazana 40%, Jack Caglione of Florida, 10%. Charlie Condon, 4%.
Because the money? The slotting?
The bonus price dependent decision. So I want to explain this to everybody that this is how this goes. The Guardians this draft have $18 million to spend on their draft picks. And you see this, that teams trade what they call bonus money, bonus pool money. Or sometimes your international pool money. They have $18 million to spend on their draft. The baseball draft gets a little weird from this. You have high schoolers that have commitments to Wake Forest, to Florida, to Oregon State, wherever they want to go. And to get them to forego that commitment, sometimes you got to throw them a little bit extra cash, which is like insane to think about. You're negotiating with an 18-year-old kid that hasn't even played minor league ball yet, and it's about to get millions of dollars. Here's the game to be played. And number 1, Charlie Condon is going to ask for $10.5 million. He's going to want that as his signing bonus. Then you say, well, we only have $7.5 million to deal with the rest of our thing. You get Travis Pizzana, you get J.J. Weatherholt, maybe they save you $1 million or $2 million. Then you take that money, because the Guardians have 3 picks in the top 50. You can then go get a guy, say, here's an extra $500,000. Here's an extra $750,000 for you. Don't go to college. Come to us. There's the game that's afoot. That is unfortunately a part of this. I think if this was the NFL draft where none of that mattered, Charlie Condon, go ahead and get your bags packed. You're going to, I was going to say Lake County, but he's probably going to go to Arizona Rookie League first. Get your bags packed. Lake County captains. Ohio's beautiful this time of the year. Get your bags packed. Get up here. It's not going to be Charlie Condon. It's not going to be, because they can save that money to play it elsewhere. People, inherently, if I said something like that, it's going to piss you off, because you could think that Charlie Condon is the best player. Now, we'll say this. Travis Pizzana deserves to be the first overall. It's not like this is you're passing on Bryce Harper because you don't want to pay him. You're not passing on some knock over your head, clear-cut number one. I think you could talk about any of these guys. The one that I'm just going to say, I'm with you, Ryan. I want Pizzana. I don't want J.J. Weatherholt. I just don't. Now, the thing about Weatherholt, somebody made a really high comparison to say that they could see him being Jose Ramirez 2.0. Talk about J.J. Weatherholt. That's high regard. And I get that you project who these guys are going to be. I'm in on Pizzana. And so this is from Riley McDaniel talking about exactly what we're discussing here. He says, my guess is right now, Pizzana's asking price sticks up around the Skeens figure, with Weatherholt coming in $1 million or maybe even a little bit more cheaper than Pizzana. Condon and Caglione become secondary options as they expect to go in the next few picks, so they can have prices near Pizzana. So from Riley, it sounds like you might not even get the cut that you're looking for with Travis Pizzana. So then you got to go to option 3 at J.J. Weatherholt. And I'll say this too. That's not even something about the Guardians being cheap. It's literally that's the only money that they have. Like that's it. That's the rule about how much you're able to sign your draft picks for. It's ain't a Guardians cheap thing. Because I'm telling you, if they like Charlie Condon and it came down to a couple $1 million, they'd find a couple $1 million, Charlie Condon. You can't do it. You have the slot, you have the allotment, that's what you have, that's all you're able to do. So you got to save that money. Like, I guess, that's my tough thing is, right? Like, I'd like Travis Pizzana to be a Guardian, and it's like, I almost want to go the F them picks route and just go, I don't really care who you are. There's kids. There's literally a kid in the stroller right there, man. I'm sorry.
Dude, nobody cares. They're in public.
You shouldn't be yelling that. I didn't say the actual word.
You turned into such a dad.
I'm just saying, I see the kids. Look, those parents over there doing it right. Good for you. Welcome to Kaulig Championship. They're doing it right. You can be doing it right. Come on down, KauligChampionship.com. Why?
Because you're such a dad.
I know. It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is bad.
It's bad. I'd like to revert to my prior form, but I just think those days are over, man. Like I said, what did I say? The first thing I showed up, like, look at the food and all the things the kids can do. Not like, oh, my God, there's the garage beer. Here's Mick Ultra. Like, we can drink all these things. Has a beer been cracked yet? It's 9:32.
I had plenty yesterday.
I'm sure you did. Kaulig Infinity Zone, $25, KauligChampionship.com ticket. And I will tell you this, too, about the Kaulig Zone, which we're in right now. You just get in. Like, there's no even, like, additional wristband or ticket. Like, you just walk freely on in here. Come on out. Hang out with us. We'll be here all day. I'd like Pizzana. I think it's going to be Weatherholt. I'll tell you this. It's either Weatherholt or Pizzana. It sounds like maybe Weatherholt. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's disappointing when you factor in everything that the Guardians have to in terms of slotting.
Yeah.
And you don't know,
and that's
right?
the game.
Because
it's not even, like I said, it's not even their fault,
it's
right?
it's an abundance versus getting your guy. And if you don't feel as Pizzana is knocking you over the head as much as he is, worth that couple million, then yeah, you go down the route of taking a cheaper guy, getting more prospects. And you know what? Maybe that's the right route. The Guardians have had plenty of success with prospects. And it also, in turn, doesn't that make you think that we're going to kind of get more – we're going to see...
Well, you better hit on those other picks. Like, if you're going to save it and you're going to go get somebody at 37 or whatever, like, you better...
If we reach the deadline this year and we're not trading prospects for a pitcher, then maybe that sways them more so to go to just getting the one guy in Pizzana.
Yeah, I guess. And that's, again, 2 years down the road. The thing is, the Guardians are so stacked with positional guys. And I like Joey Cantillo. I think Espino's injury certainly helps you, or hurts you, excuse me, a little bit. My guy, Doug Nikhazy, he's up. I'm excited to see him. But, like, their top guys are all positional guys.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, actually, who's the last, like, top-notch freaking pitching prospect we've had. Maybe Tristan McKenzie, right? Like maybe fringe.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like now, positional guys, sure, right? And we've traded away some of those guys. Like the last like bona fide can't miss pitching, we haven't had. So like, and it's weird to see that because the Guardians are so good at developing and finding pitching. It's kind of weird to see that they're positional guys.
Yeah.
You know, all around. But we'll see how it goes. Flip over to some football here. A couple of things I want to get to this morning. So we start with Jeremy Fowler's rankings. We've done DN, we've done D tackles, we've done running backs. Today, it is the tight ends.
Oh, did I miss D tackles yesterday?
No, yesterday was safeties.
Oh, where was Grant?
Got votes. Antoine Winfield was 1. Kyle Hamilton was 2. Fitzpatrick was 3. Javon Holland, Jesse Bates, they were all up there. He wasn't even honorable mention. He received votes. And I was interested to see where Delpit was because I'd like to see if he was up there. Today's tight end. So, again, Jeremy goes around to 80 different executives, front office, scouts, coaches, coordinators, all that. They fill out a ballot for the best position. So today is tight ends. Your guess, Ryan, number 1 tight end in the game.
Well, it's still got to be Taylor's boy.
It is. He was number 1 last year. He was number 1 this year. Travis Kelce. Highest ranking was 1. Lowest ranking was 5. There's some Kelce haters out there.
Yeah.
Kelce haters?
There's got to be.
Maybe. Back-to-back tight end king from an NFC executive. He's still a matchup problem in the passing game. Tremendous rapport with Mahomes. Great hands. Instinctive, effective after the catch. The executive continues, the focal point, you put more resources towards stopping him, but for years he would kill you one-on-one every time. He doesn't do that as much, but he's still a problem. Who would you say is the number 2 tight end in the league?
See, the guy I'm about to say, his numbers don't stand out, but I think the second best tight end in the league is still George Kittle.
It is George Kittle. Got a 1 and a 5. Highest ranking a 1, lowest a 5. Incredibly hard worker, deep in breaking routes, delays, boots, and keepers. He's just a problem with his ball in his hands, and he's more explosive than Kelce. At this point, from an NFL personnel director, George Kittle is 2. Number 3.
Is it Mr. Brown's torture himself?
Mark Andrews is the answer. Highest ranking at 2, lowest ranking of 6 from an NFL personnel evaluator. Andrews is still a monster target in the middle of the field with a huge catch radius, a matchup issues for safety, and a bruiser after the catch. Somebody said, or Fowler writes, Andrews considered more rigid than Kelce, but he's similarly used as the number 1 target in an offense, even just being a tight end. Number 4.
Are they showing some love to some young bucks now?
They are.
Is it one Mr. Sam Laporta?
Ryan, did you read this article? All right. Sam
God.
Laporta is
Swear to
number
God.
4. Highest ranking of 3. So put it this way. Somebody out there had him above one of the 3 of Kittle, Andrews, or Travis Kelce.
Numbers?
I like it.
Numbers last year were crazy.
I'm interested. 86 catches, 899, and 10 touchdowns. A veteran NFC scout on Sam Laporta. He's effing awesome.
Yeah, he is.
That's what he said. He makes everything look super easy and natural. Great feet, great in the red zone, and all of it at 4. Number 5. Now we start to get a little dicey.
Yeah, now kind of. I really want to keep my streak alive, though.
Can you?
Did they give Hawk love?
TJ Hawkinson is 5. Let's go. Coming off the ACL injury and all.
I'm hot.
NFL coordinator on Hawkinson. Zone instincts are elite, ability to manipulate and get friendly to the quarterback. But again, he had a bad knee injury, so I don't know when we'll see him this year. But Hawkinson is 5. Now, if you saw my tweet, you would know who 6 is.
I did not see your tweet.
Oh, well, I
that makes me think.
Anymore.
I don't think you would have tweeted about this guy, so maybe I'm thrown off. Because I think next year this guy will be top 6, but probably not this year. I was going to say Dalton Kincaid.
No.
But he's about another year away from that.
Well, why would I tweet about it? If
That's why I said I don't think that's right then.
Yeah. Again, you're missing. Why would I send the tweet out saying that this guy is number 6?
Oh, David.
David Njoku.
Oh, wow, I didn't think they would show him that much love. I love the
Why
ranking.
else would I tweet that this guy is at 6 other than the fact that he plays for the Cleveland Browns?
No, maybe he had a crush on some dude. I don't know.
I played tight end. I'm a tight end, man. I love it. But no, it's David Njoku.
I didn't think they'd show him the Chief that much love,
Well,
but
see,
I like
okay.
it. I like it.
So here's the funny. Oh, dude, this is nuts. All right. The highest ranking for him from 80 evaluators, people in the NFL, right? What do you think the highest ranking David Njoku got from somebody was?
There's no way you rank him above Kelce. There's no way you rank him above Kittle or Andrews. I'd say 4.
3. So
wow.
somebody did. Between Kelsey, Andrews, and George Kittle.
Well, if you take Chiefs split with Joe Flacco, he was a top 3 tight end.
Guess what they talked about in this thing?
I'm sure they did.
Joe Flacco.
Now let me get Watson to unlock him, please.
So Njoku, highest ranking of 3, lowest of 10. He was honorable mention last year, so that's a pretty big jump for him. The write-up of an a veteran NFL personnel. It's probably taken him a while to get the nuances of the game down, but his size and athleticism have always been a problem. He's not polished, a little inconsistent when it comes to the feel for the game, but he's gotten a lot better. There's a lot to work with. As they say, Njoku's biggest issue, and it has been throughout his career, he drops. He's got 9 drops last season, which led all at tight ends. But a voter pointed out Njoku found immediate, borderline elite success.
That's what I'm saying.
With Joe Flacco late in the year. But the voter believes that's not indicative of long-term success. Njoku's biggest receiving games of the year came over his 3 biggest games came over a 4-game stretch with Flacco, right?
Crazy against the Jets.
It remains to be seen whether or not Njoku can do that with Deshaun Watson. Now, I think about it from this standpoint, where of the tight ends that we're talking about, Kelsey, elite quarterback. Mark Andrews, elite quarterback. Lamar, Patrick Mahomes. Goff with Laporta, Brock Purdy, I'm just going to say that's an elite offense. And TJ Hawkinson, not really that much anymore. It's always just kind of been my thing that I just look at elite offense and they all have a stud tight end. They do. That should be the thing that unlocks everybody else. When you have and again, I'm going to make high comparisons, your Gronks of the world, where they just mess up the middle of the field. It's either they're getting open or you're sucking safeties down to deal with them. That should be opening up your receivers. And I think for all of us that have been Browns fans, we look at David Njoku and you go, why hasn't he been unlocked? And I think injuries had a lot to do with that. The drops, I really think, and this is not a shot at David at all, he is just a freak athlete that is still learning how to play football. Now, he's been in the NFL for what now? 6 years, 7 years, 2017, right? First-round draft pick. He's got a lot. I'm assuming he's learned a lot, but even as I said, he's still figuring out. Dude, his size, his strength, his jumping ability, his speed, you can't teach that stuff. And that's where, with this offense going where it's supposed to go, we talked the other day about the eliteness of the Browns offense. It's got to start with Amari Cooper and David Njoku. It's not going to start with Elijah Moore. Nick Chubb is injured. I'd like to see what Jerry Jeudy's got. But it's like, yeah, man, I'd love to ask Kevin Stefanski this question. I'd love him to drag him down here to the Kaulig championships.
Why isn't he here?
I don't know. You know what? He's actually not that big of a golfer. I do know that about Coach. He can swing because he has athletic. He's not a real big golfer. I wish I could drag him down here, get some of that Horse Soldier bourbon going on. Where the f is that, by the way?
I didn't see it yesterday.
Oh, really? It might be over there. I'd sit him down and I go, Coach, do you not unlock David Njoku, or is it the quarterbacks? Because, I guess I would go and sit down and be like, we're just going to run and I've seen amount of plays for David Njoku. Well, we're going to run this, but it's but then I see what Flacco did, and then I come back and I go, see, it's not the play calling, it's the quarterbacks. Yeah. I always come back to, the tight end should be the quarterback's best friend. The fact, I guess it comes back to quarterback play, which we've had bad in the past, and I get it. But I'm telling you, man, that one of the biggest things about Deshaun Watson, if I were sitting down with him, and I was sitting down with Kevin Stefanski, I would just, let me put it this way. If I'm Kevin Stefanski sitting down with Deshaun Watson, look at him straight in the eye and go, you throw the ball, you throw it to that guy. You got Amari Cooper. We're running plays for him. Don't get me wrong. You get in trouble, you look for 85. You find 85 and you get him the football.
Maybe Dorsey will be cooking something up.
That might be it too. And again, Dorsey, he saw what Dalton Kincaid did again, I know he got fired. The only issue is before that they did not have a lead tight end, up there with it. All right, so David Njoku is number 6. You want to keep going to see if you're in your stretch here?
Yeah, I do.
All right, number 7. So, again, I want to give you the top 6. Jeremy Fowler's 80-person ranking from the NFL, top tight ends. Number 1, Kelsey. Number 2, Kittle. Number 3, Mark Andrews. Laporta is 4. TJ Hawkinson, 5. David Njoku is 6.
So it's not a guy I've mentioned yet, I assume?
No, you have not brought this name up. You have not.
Okay. Trey McBride.
No, I like your thought process on that. A little maybe too much hype for me on Trey McBride. I like what I saw, but not enough. This guy, you've seen enough. I will admit, and they say it here and they start, his production was down last year, but they still view him as an elite tight end, really, frankly, in an elite offense, too. But he had a bad year last year.
Oh, that kind of threw me off.
Really?
Because I was going to say, he's definitely been underwhelming for where he got drafted, but Kyle Pitts.
No, not.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. This guy's got more time, more tread on the tires. Other way around.
Duh. Dallas
Goedert is correct. Down year last year for him, still in an elite offense. A high-ranking NFL official. He's one of the few that can block at a high level and still receive. He's a lot like George Kittle in that way. But he only averaged 10 yards per catch on 59 receptions compared to almost 14 the prior 2 years. They found some other guys. They're throwing the football around. I get it. All right, number 8. You have mentioned this guy, but not recently. To give you a little help. So it's not Kyle Pitts.
Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid is number 8.
Yeah.
Number 9. Ooh, curveball.
Not a name I've mentioned.
Not a name you've mentioned.
Really?
And frankly, not a name that I would mention either.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Last year, he was 8. So this year, he drops down 1 spot to 9. Highest ranking of 5, lowest ranking was outside the top 10. So big disparity here on this guy.
Interesting.
I think it frankly just takes a couple people who really love him to kind of bump him up here. I would not put him in the top 10. No bull crap. I wouldn't put this guy in the top 10. But that's just me.
Evan Ingram.
God, you got it.
Dude, I'm on fire today.
You are on fire today.
I swear I have not looked
the
at this
grid
list.
is going to fall today, buddy. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram is correct. Is he that? Again, I'm just asking.
When he came into the league and he did his combine, he was top 5% in every metric. He was one of those David and Njoku's freak athletes. And he started his career, obviously, in New York, where you had Daniel Jones. He didn't make anybody look good.
Yeah, no,
and
I
Evan
get
Ingram,
it, yeah.
similar to Chief, he had struggles early in his career with drops. It was never a question of athleticism and talent. It was almost the same thing you mentioned with David, learning how to play football in the National Football League. Went to Jacksonville, had decent success with Trevor Lawrence, kind of reinvented his career there. And if he does take a step up this year, then I think he will reach that, not maybe elite status, but he will be top 10.
I hope so. Number 10, final one to route it out for you.
Have I said this name?
It's
got to be Trey McBride.
It's not. I'll tell you, he was honorable mention.
Damn.
He was an honorable mention. This guy was a highest ranking of 4, lowest ranking outside the top 10.
And I have not said this name yet.
I don't believe you have, no.
Dalton Schultz?
That is right.
Oh, my
Dalton
God.
Schultz is
I need to
correct.
buy a lottery ticket.
Go buy a lottery ticket. Dalton Schultz is correct. He's not flashy, but voters who value consistently love them some Dalton Schultz. Jake Ferguson, Trey McBride, Pat Freiermuth, Cole Kmet, and Kyle Pitts were all honorable mention. See, I don't know. Call me crazy. I'm taking Cole Kmet over Evan Ingram. I guess I'm coming from even a fantasy perspective, but still, I don't understand that one.
I mean, Cole Kmet, what? He had Justin Fields his whole career so far.
I guess. Yeah, there is something to be to that. All right, next up, want to flip over to CBS Sports. I thought this article was really interesting because Kevin Stefanski could have been on this list, but he's not. They rank all 32 NFL head coaches.
Oh, it's going to piss me off, isn't it?
By just their big game resume. What do they do in the playoffs? What do they do in the Super Bowl? That's it.
Fair enough.
The thing, they excluded Kevin Stefanski with only 2 playoff appearances. He and Mike McDaniels and Todd Bowles all only have 2 playoff, not games, just playoff
has
appearances.
What? Only 2 playoff games.
Well, technically, because he didn't coach the one because of COVID.
Right.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. That's it. So they took out anybody with 2 or less. So Stefanski, McDaniel, Bowles, Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, D'Amico Ryans, Brian Dable, and then all the other guys that have never made it. So that's it. That's it. Next up. So then, but Dan Quinn makes it. And he made the playoffs 2 out of 6 seasons? I don't understand that. Sean Payton, 13. Let me start at the top. I think it's easier to do it that way. Who would you say is the best big game head coach in the NFL right now?
Andy Reid.
Yeah, that is correct. 19 of 20. Dude.
I mean, you even go back to the days with the Eagles.
That's 24 seasons he's made the playoffs 19 times.
Yep.
Think about basically since the Browns have come back.
Yeah.
Could you imagine missing the playoffs just 5 times?
I just thought that was normal.
It's insane. 62% win percentage in the playoffs. 3 for 5 on Super Bowl. Andy Reid's number 1. All right, here's now where it gets interesting. Who would you say is the second best big game coach in the NFL right now?
See, that's crazy because you'd say Kyle Shanahan, but he's never gotten it done.
But he doesn't. I mean, honestly. And I'll tell you, Kyle Shanahan's 3.
Yeah. active coaches right now.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't include Bill.
No.
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay is correct. McVay is 2. Kyle Shanahan is 3. John Harbaugh is 4. Playoffs in 11 of 16 seasons. And 12 and 10 in the playoffs.
Well, that is,
and 1 title.
So is Jim in this list?
He is number 5.
Okay.
3 out of 4 seasons with the Chargers. 5 and 3 in the playoffs and went to 1 Super Bowl. That's it. 3 conference titles. In 4 seasons, he took the 49ers to 3 NFC championship games, which is pretty good. He was ahead of Matt LaFleur of the Packers. Yeah, a lot of Aaron Rodgers. Man, LaFleur's been there for 5 years already. 4 out of 5 years, Matt LaFleur has made the playoffs. Sean McDermott is 7. Here's the crazy thing. He's made the playoffs 6 out of his 7 seasons in Buffalo, but he's only 5 and 6 in the playoffs.
1 championship game.
Nick Sirianni made it all 3 years, but he's only 2 and 3 in the playoffs, 0 for 1 for the Super Bowl. Doug Peterson is 9, Zach Taylor 10. Mike, that's crazy. They put Zach Taylor ahead of Mike Tomlin. Tomlin playoffs 11 out of 17 seasons, but he's only 8 and 10 in the playoffs.
I mean, Mike's
1 for 2 in the Super Bowl.
Mike's got a ring.
He does. That's why I don't understand why he'd put it. But I guess maybe they're saying, like, here's it. Tomlin is unique in that he's both an already entrenched as an all-timer and widely respected as one of the game's best motivators. But he's 0-4 since they went to the AFC game in 2017. He's 0-4 in 4 playoff appearances the last 6 years.
Yeah, with no quarterback in any.
Right, that's the other thing. McCarthy 12, Sean Payton 13. I don't know why Dan Quinn's on this list. I don't know why.
Mike McCarthy not on there?
No, he is. He's 12. He's just ahead of Payton. 12 out of 17 seasons he's made the playoffs. He's 11 and 11 in the playoffs as a head coach, and he went to 1 Super Bowl. Conference title games, he's only 1 for 4.
Yeah.
But again, that goes back to you had a lot of Aaron Rodgers while he was up there in Green Bay. He's been jack squat nothing down there in Dallas.
Yep.
And I think about that of like, the big game coaches obviously are the elite ones that go, and I assume Kevin Stefanski's going to send that. You've already got 2 playoff appearances. Again, if you don't count the COVID game, or if you do 1 and 2 in those 2 in 2 playoff appearances, but eventually, like, here's the thing: you have got to make the AFC Championship the next 3 years. There's no boast about it. Whatever happens with Deshaun Watson,
2 years, man.
it might even be just 2 years, and that's so freaking hard to go to a head coach like Kevin Stefanski and go, "You got your extension, that's fine. You want another one?
Hey, tough shit, dude.
You have got to make an AFC Championship game." With whatever happens with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson might be the answer, and there's your easiest thing in the world, and we'll be singing our tunes, and it's nice, and it's easy, and it's a nice path, paved path of roses and flowers.
Welcome to the National Football League.
Could get tough. You got to go out there and find somebody else, but it doesn't matter. You got to get to an AFC Championship game. Even on the rebuild, so to speak, that the Browns have gone through, now's your go time.
Brock Purdy can go to the Super Bowl. We can go to the AFC
Yeah, but it's freaking Kyle Shanahan, man.
Whatever.
He's so good.
Whatever.
He's so good.
If
There's
he was
something
that
to
good,
be
he'd
said
have a
about
ring.
it. I get it. You know what is good? Kaulig Championship, baby. We are here live, KauligChampionship.com. Gates open at 9 o'clock, and the flood of people are in. The food truck, you want to, what did I say to you the first thing about the food trucks? Oh, they got a coffee one. I was like, I wouldn't have brought my coffee this morning. Folks, it's everywhere. Now, we're in the Kaulig Infinity Zone. So here's what you do, and this is so great, too. Come on down. There's public parking. They get you on the shuttle. Shuttle brings you on over here. You jump off. We're over by lot 6, basically the parking lot. That's a private one, but still, that's where the Kaulig Infinity Zone. We're right west of the clubhouse. So if you get to the clubhouse, just come on. Just can't miss the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage. We heard it all over the course last night.
Yeah, they were rocking and rolling.
Beers out, food trucks are out. This is completely, it's included in your ticket. Kaulig Infinity Zone, you get your ticket, $25 gets you in. Then I walked over to the clubhouse, and boy, did I walk past that pro shop, buddy. And I was like, wanted it bad, but that's
You
all
could
right.
not sit here and be talking about the pro shop when you won't even upgrade your Xbox.
Yeah, drop $60 for a polo.
Right.
It could go towards that.
Give me a break.
I get it. Plus, we got some swag.
Yeah.
You want to open that box? Can I open that box real quick?
Okay.
Shout out to colleagues, man. I appreciate it. Let's get it going. Here we are. Ryan, do you want yours?
Yeah, give me mine.
You want yours?
Give me mine.
Hang on. Shout out to Kaulig.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. What do we got? Here we go. All right. I walked past that pro shop, buddy. They got some nice polos in there. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's got the wrapping. You know, it's nice. Look at this, buddy. Matt Kaulig, thank you so much.
And a personalized note.
Personalized note. Shout out to the Kaulig people. Hell yeah. Look at that polo. Woo! Kaulig Championships. There we go. Matt Kaulig, look at that. Steve Stricker. Oh, yeah, man. He's back on it today. Let's go. KauligChampionships.com. This,
I can't tell you how bad I needed a polo, Matt.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, that's a nice polo, you know?
That is a nice polo.
Isn't that a nice polo? Look at that. Folks, and I'm not trying to get sappy here with Matt Kaulig for a minute, but I'm going to do it anyway. He saved this tournament. Seriously. He saved this tournament. It was gone. It was gone. And I understand there's a lot of politics that go into things, and there's money and all that other kind of stuff. The fact that I can see people here, that I see families here, that I see people working, shout out to all the great volunteers that are here today, the fact that we're here, that's because Matt Kaulig and his company stepped up and said, we're not going to let professional golf leave Akron. This is a legacy course. This is a historic course. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they go, just imagine a couple of years, because you're telling me that a Tiger makes the senior tour. You know the one tournament he's not going to miss, and it's this one. And I think Ryan's going to yell at me again. As a sappy dad,
oh my God, you're making me nauseous.
I love events that I can't wait to come here with the family and be able to say, to enjoy the day, to sit on down. And I'm telling you, if you have any semblance of a fan of golf, you watch it on TV, in person is so much better. It is so cool to see these guys hit shots that they were hitting yesterday. I was in the 16 stands yesterday on the long par 5, the one that obviously gets a lot of traction to, and I'm watching these approach shots. There's shots I'd pay $1 million to hit. You know, I told you, Boo Weekley was short side in a bunker, splashing on out, buddy. VJ Singh, I mean, they're all here, folks. And again, I just want to shout out Matt Kaulig and his company and his team, because you wouldn't have this. It wouldn't be here unless they stepped up and they said, we want to keep this here. We want this event in Akron. We want to have people come out for it. It's been so great. So your leaderboard as we get ready to go. Duffy Waldorf. Yeah, 4 under. And our guy, Steve Stricker. Stricker's got this course down, man. Kenny Perry is up there. Steven Ackler. Angel Cabrera. Darren Clark, 1 under yesterday. Rocco Mediate. VJ's there as well. You know the other thing that yesterday kind of, because I was here a little earlier. Yes, I mean, we were here early today, too. Dude, they don't tee off until like 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because it's a short field. So, like, again, I know people that they're willing to show up at 7:30 at a golf tournament. You show up at 9 o'clock. You're not missing a damn thing. I know there are a lot of people that walked in at 9 o'clock, plenty of people walking around right now. Get here at 9:30. It's almost 10 o'clock now. You haven't missed a thing. And you can still get out of here at 4 o'clock, and you don't feel like drained, like you've been here all day. I love it. It's great. KauligChampionship.com. Get your tickets. $25 gets you in, and you can still come into the Infinity Zone. Check out the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage tonight. Cameron Marlowe will be here tonight as part of our military appreciation concert. Like I said, Pro Shop is open. Food trucks are bussing right now. We got LA Golf. We got X Golf. Got a Horse Soldier Bourbon. We're everywhere with our friends at Kaulig Championship. So I really appreciate them for keeping this in Northeast Ohio. Having a great time, man. It's going to be, and dude, could you not order better weather today?
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Matt, though, I got to ask while we're still on the topic of golf here. Am I going to have to mentally prepare myself to go into work Wednesday and hear Bruce talk about how he kicked everybody's ass?
Bruce kicked our ass yesterday. Don't get me started.
Tell the people.
So yesterday we had the pseudo big play shootout yesterday. So it's a group of 4. It was myself, Bruce Drennan, Ken, and Ken's friend Dave versus Blake and Greg Williams, Reflog, who I didn't know had game.
Oh, he's a dog.
And big play Dave McAllister. And Dave could play too.
Yeah.
So
Lefty Dave.
I did not know that about him. And I saw Reflog, which I get golfer backwards. I didn't know you were telling me like he actually was like college, like high school. Like,
he said
shots yesterday.
He said in college his handicap was +4.
I go, what? He stuck one on a par 3 yesterday. Regardless, I played here. Okay, so here's the biggest issue that you have, right? When you play with a group that you don't know. And we played a 2-man scramble. We did play skins. Everybody, not a 2-man scramble. We all played the whole, but we only took the 2 best scores. So that's how we played it out yesterday. Then we played skins. So everybody played their own ball. So I go out on the front 9, and we're on the north course, and we're playing, and again, with a group of people, like, obviously I know Ken, and I played with Bruce before, but I want to support the team. Bro, I shot a 42 on the front yesterday. It's pretty good for me.
That'd be amazing for me.
Pretty good.
You made the expectations too high, and then you went to the back 9 and folded.
I imploded from 10 to 14.
Are we
I'm talking double?
Are we talking like Falcons Super Bowl collapse level?
Like atrocious.
Okay.
I lost my drive, and I don't mean to make excuses. I'm not trying to make excuses about it. But then everybody's looking at it like, dude, you just went out on a course you never played before, driving it like a monster. Our caddy, the one hole, I piped one.
You guys should have been betting big play horse shares.
I go, the winner should get 3 shares. They laughed at that when we were teeing off. And I was piping it yesterday, and our caddy was like, I need a drug test you after this. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of what I do. And I joked when I said, I go, watch, it's going to fall apart quick. And boy, did it. Because then they look at you and go, dude, you went 42 out there. Like, what are you doing? I don't want to talk about the back 9. I turned it around in 15.
Okay, what was the number for the back 9?
I think I shot a 49.
Oh, that's not horrible.
Nah, but it was. I had to grind the last 5 holes out there to get it done. So yeah, I ain't complaining. It was a beautiful day. It was awesome. It was
Any birdies?
No.
No.
Bruce, that's the whole thing. You're talking about Bruce. Bruce went birdie par, birdie finish. He had a look at eagle on 18.
Damn.
He had a look at it. I think he shot a 78.
Nice.
He smoked us. The good news was I had to leave because unfortunately I had to work last night. I had to miss the steak dinner, but that's all right. I'm going to hit Ken up on that later. We won. Our group won. I don't know what the score was, so I said we got some nice, beautiful pictures. I said we're getting a damn trophy, and I want it here on the stage forever.
Hell yeah.
To remind Dave and the Williams boys and Reflog. By the way, don't let him slide on that on Monday. When you do the Big Play Cleveland show,
okay,
ask him who won the Big Play shootout.
I will. I'll make sure.
I just want to know. So it was a lot of fun yesterday. And again, appreciate Kaulig Championships. Appreciate Ken, Dave, all of us for being out here. It's been an absolutely great morning, and it's really only just starting. People are just starting to file in. You can still get on down here. I'm telling you, KauligChampionship.com. Take that half day, get that ticket, come on down. People are already getting their beverages rolling, getting out to the course. Because here's the other cool thing now. You want to get out to the course and pick out your spot. Or pick your groups out that you want to follow. Get your tee time and get out there and get rocking. I kind of want to head over to the range. You know, I'm weird in that way. I just want to watch them on the range. Like, I love just watching guys hit pros on the range, so it's a lot of fun. All right, let's do this. Let's catch our break. We come back. Ryan's got the morning update. We'll fiddle around with the grid a little bit today, even though you're going to get your giveaway next week. It's okay. It is what it is. More from the Kaulig Championship. You never might stop by as well, so we'll get to that coming up as well. Fontana Show, Big Play Raider. Follow us on Twitter, X as well, at Matt Fontana Show, YouTube, Instagram for the reels. You can follow us on Twitch as well. Morning update comes your way next, live from the Kaulig Championships.
2.
Back here, Fontana Show, big play, Kaulig Championship. Check it out, kauligchampionship.com. We're having a great time on out here. Get your tickets. Come into the Kaulig Infinity Zone. It is the best. Ryan's got the morning update. Appreciate you following along. Twitter, X, at Matt Fontana Show. We're up on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the channel there at Matt Fontana Show. Instagram for the reels, and Twitch if you do it. I love my job, Ryan. I love what I do, but like I would give anything just to like walk out of here right now. go to the Infinity Zone, get the food trucks, and get out to the course. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Obviously, we can't be close enough, but literally, there's a green, like I don't know, 100 yards this way. Like I want to open a hole and tell everybody to clear on out, just like watch. We're down here. It's a lot of fun. KauligChampionship.com, and I'll tell you this: even if you're watching this right now and you get the FOMO and you're feeling it. There's plenty of time. Just come on.
Oh, dude, it's going to be such a long day again.
Well, and especially, like, they didn't start the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage the music didn't go on until about 5 o'clock, 5:30.
Yeah.
So how cool is that? Come out, watch a little, you got here at noon. Let's just say you get here at noon. You watch golf for 4 hours, sit down for another couple hours, have your drinks, have your food, watch some concert. It's great. KauligChampionship.com. Get your tickets, come on down and see us. Ryan's got the stories, though, for our morning update, including an important update when it comes to our horse naming contest. Get to that in a second. Ryan, please take it away.
All right, Matt. Well, yesterday was a Guardians game to forget. They lose 10-1 to the Tigers. Spencer Howard didn't look great, but I don't know what you could expect out of him.
I guess
we'll take a little bit of positives. Bo Naylor does go yard again. He continues to get a little bit hot here in July as the weather warms up. Austin Hedges, 3 up, 3 down. That's pretty impressive on the mound. Good news is we're still 4.5 games leading in the AL Central.
There's your pitching answer very clearly. It's Austin
Orioles
Hedges.
dropped a game yesterday. That means the Guardians still do have the best record in the American League. So let's get some positives on a game that was otherwise pretty negative.
So I asked the Guardians, we asked this morning on the show, at Matt Fontana Show, did the Guardians series bother you? 77-23 people said yes. And that's my thing. Like, I know it shouldn't. I'm coming from that standpoint, but it still does. And I don't need them playing their best baseball right now. I frankly don't want them playing their best baseball right now. But I just need a little bit more. I need to show me just a little bit more. And they're a young team that at times plays like a very young team. They maybe take some teams lightly on how they do things. They look at the White Sox, they look at the Tigers, and who knows, man, maybe those guys just have our number. Maybe they just somehow smoke us, right? And I'd rather play well against the Twins and the Orioles and the other teams that you're going to face. But, like, I don't know. Those games kind of bother me. I wish it was like football, where you can get geared up and show up and go out there and play and put all your eggs in that basket. Can't be that way. But now I'm putting this onus on I need to sweep here the Rays.
Yes.
Right? Like, you need a sweep of the Rays. They're not good. They're probably going to be selling pieces off. You got to do it to get back into it. It's unfair to ask, but it's unfortunately what they're going to need to do, so we'll see how it goes this weekend. We'll get to our plays. I've been hot. Been hot on some baseball plays. See if we can turn around tonight. We'll do it for the Rays game coming up.
All right, well, one man who would certainly solve our pitching woes would have been Paul Skeens, but he is now the Pittsburgh Pirates certified ace, Matt. In his 11th start, he goes 7 innings, hitless baseball. They pull him 11 strikeouts. And, Matt, how about this stat? Since the ERA became an official statistic in 1913, people in their 11 starts, he has 89 strikeouts. The next, Fernando Valenzuela, 79. Oral Hershiser, 77.
I got another one for you.
Should Paul Skeens start in the All-Star game?
Yes, he should. And this thing, the All-Star game is for the fans. What other NL do you really want to see Chris Sale? The only guy that I was looking at statistic-wise is maybe Chris Sale. He pitches on Sunday. He can't pitch on Tuesday. So it's got to be Paul Skeens. Give it to us. Give it to me, baby. That's what I want. I want Paul Skeens. Here's one I picked up yesterday. Since they moved the mound back in like 1893, there have only been 4 pitchers in the history of the game to have multiple starts in a season of no hits and 10 or more strikeouts. Again, doesn't mean a no-hitter. It just means when they left the game or did throw a no-hitter and had more than 10 strikeouts, there's only 4 pitchers basically in the history of the game to do that. Paul Skeens, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, and Nolan Ryan.
Pretty good company.
That's pretty damn good company there for Paul Skeens. And he's doing it with the overpowering fastball, which is just great to see. I mean, they pull him. I get they have to protect who, Paul Skeens is and their future and all that. I would have rather have seen it. We did talk to a Pirates reporter last night on ESPN, and he said the ballpark's alive, man. Like, when he pitches, people are coming out. And the Pirates are only 2 games back of a playoff spot. And you talk about franchises across all sports that just have had jack squat nothing going for them for a long time. Dude, what do the Pirates have? Maybe 3 years in the past 30 that they've been relevant in the playoffs? Like, it's been a long time. It's been a long
Andrew
time.
McCutchen MVP
Right,
days.
that's what I'm like. I hope they get it. I really hope they get it. And I hope Skeens can keep doing it, man. The thing is, it's inevitable. Do you not feel like you're going to get that news, man? Oh, he's scratched from the start. Oh, he's got to go to the doctor. Like, I seriously, I hope this not just for Paul Skeens. They got to get that crap figured out, man. Spencer Strider gone. I don't know why. You know how I stumbled on the other day? Dustin May. Dude, hey, was that Tommy John twice? Twice already. Like, Walker Buehler just coming off of injury. Like, it just sucks with the pitchers, man. There's nothing you can do to avoid it either. There's literally nothing you can do to avoid it. But we'll see how it goes. I hope they can avoid Skeens. But, like, he seems to be like this big kind of hulking frame kind of guy that maybe it's not all this herky-jerky type.
Big guy.
Here's the other crazy thing. Tim Lincecum, did he ever get Tommy John?
I don't know.
He was nothing, and it was all arm, and it seemed, I think I don't know. It's
Him
inevitable.
and Bumgarner were nasty together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was. There's stretch that, dude, that 2 Cy Youngs. Did Tim Lincecum Hall of Fame?
Yes. He's got 3 rings.
3 rings, 2 Cy Youngs.
Yes.
Corey Kluber, 2 Cy Youngs, no rings.
You know my opinion on that.
Yeah,
yes.
that's fair. That's fair. Tim, that commercial on SportsCenter where he's trying to record his voicemail. She goes, big time Timmy, big time Timmy, just all the names, the freak, all that other stuff. Tim Lincecum's nasty, man. He was filthy. Skeens, untouchable. I want him in the All-Star game to start. I think he's going to.
All right, Matt. Well, the 2024 ESPYs were last night, and we got some award winners. Some of the notable ones. Shohei Ohtani was the best MLB player.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes, no surprise, the best NFL player. Maybe a little bit of surprise here. Best NBA player went to Luka Doncic. Best driver, Max Verstappen of F1.
Of course.
Did I say that one right?
Verstappen?
Yep. What do I say? I say Rory McIlroy.
You call him McIlroy,
and you
which
call me
is
out
fine.
every
You
time.
can do whatever you want.
Best college athlete, women's sports, of course, Caitlin Clark. Best WNBA player, Asia Wilson.
Yep.
Breakthrough athlete, Juju Watkins of USC.
Which is interesting because I thought that might have gone to Caitlin Clark. Like, let's talk about breakthrough.
Is she still? Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be college. You're right.
Because I thought it could be pros too.
You're right.
And I didn't really think of a pro athlete of having like a breakthrough year, but like, who was honestly the biggest story for about 5 months? It was Caitlin Clark. You know what I mean? So I thought it would have been her, but I'm glad you do want it.
Other ones: best comeback athlete, Simone Biles.
Okay.
Best team, South Carolina women's basketball.
Yeah, I mean, that's undefeated national championship. I get it. The biggest thing, I was watching a little bit of it. It turns into a fashion thing. And all of like everything. So Miles went a little country with it, a little Western with his getup on that kind of stuff. ESPYs are important. Certainly, it's all, surrounding very important. The ESPYs with the V Foundation, Jimmy V, Stuart Scott, a very big important part of that, of funding cancer research and all that. So, yeah, fun night last night. The trophies still always look weird to me.
Yeah.
Like the ESPY trophy, I don't know why. There's something about it I don't like.
What'd you make of the little shot at Harrison Butker last night? Warranted? Unwarranted?
Well, yeah, of course it was
Inappropriate?
warranted.
Unprofessional?
So the thing is, to give full context here, Harrison Butker was giving a commencement speech at a college, and he said some things that offended some people. Well, Serena Williams, who I would say of anybody that...
I'd say arguably the best female athlete on the planet.
I would not disagree with that comment at all.
Some people would be upset I said female there, but...
Well, but here's the thing. I would say this, too. And I was really trying to think about this, even when we were talking about Serena when she was retiring and all that kind of stuff. Is she the biggest female athlete of all time?
I'm trying to think. And
like, golf, like Annika Sorenstam was there for a little bit, like Michelle Wie, like obviously Venus Williams, like Chris Everett, like Billie Jean King, Katie Ledecky came to mind, like one day getting there. But like for me, no question, it is Serena Williams. Serena Williams is the biggest female athlete of all time. So her voice, as rightly so, carries weight with it. And if she feels that she needs to comment on something, she has every right to. And I don't think ESPN, it wasn't like it was a pretty direct shot. When she says something like, we don't need you, is that what it was? Or we don't want you or something like that? Like, that's pretty cross. She has a right to do that. And whatever side you lean on, if you're on Harrison Butker's side, if you're on Serena, here's my biggest thing. And this is really kind of a statement of society that I think we need to understand. if you get pissed off with people telling you that you don't have a right, like, okay, here's my thing. When you fight for your right to say something, you got to understand that the other people have the same right to say whatever they want to. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth. If you sit there and you push your agenda, whatever agenda your is,
The Travis Pizzana agenda?
The Travis Pizzana agenda. You can't be upset when somebody comes and pushes a J.J. Weatherholt agenda on us.
Yes,
because if we're pushing agendas, you got to be understanding that other people are going to push there, which is right. And that's where I think a big problem in our society is. If you got a right to speak, they got a right to speak just as much as you do. Whatever the case is, whatever they say, whatever you say, whatever it is, you have a right to speak just as much as they do. So, full transparency, I didn't really care for Harrison Butker's comments. So I'm on Team Serena with that. That's neither here nor there.
Alrighty, fair enough. Well, Matt, we are getting dangerously close to college football season. That is very exciting. We have updated Heisman odds. Dylan Gate, just buy an Xbox. It's really not that difficult. Bet the Heisman winner. Win it.
I did win $5 on the course
and then
yesterday.
you'll have enough to buy an Xbox. But anyway,
let me put that on a parlay. What if I did that?
Did what?
What if we cooked up a parlay for tonight for me for $5 to win? It'd have to be plus 10,000.
Yeah.
5 to win 500.
Win an Xbox.
Because I won $5 on the golf course yesterday.
There you go.
I need a plus 10,000 parlay.
Okay.
To hit tonight.
Okay.
For me to win my Xbox.
We can cook something up.
All right, let's cook it up later.
All right. Well, maybe we'll start. Well, you won't get this.
Yeah, I'm not going to be in time for Heisman odds. Yeah. Oh,
but
that's
Dylan
fine. That's
Gabriel,
fine. Yeah.
quarterback, Oregon, he leads the way now.
Which
He's
is
plus
interesting.
750. Carson Beck, 800. Quinn Ewers, plus 900.
Yeah.
Will Howard is fifth
Yeah.
at plus 1,600.
I mean, I think the interesting thing is that it's all quarterbacks. Like, we know Ollie Gordon, who's obviously been in the news after everything with that. Like, who are the top returning running backs? Like, the receivers. Like, it's not a Marvin Harrison. Like, Emeka Ibuka's very good, but, like, it's going to be a quarterback again, as it's kind of been, but it's really turned into the quarterback award. You get more, you get a little bit more parity than you do versus, the NFL award that is just all quarterbacks. Sometimes you get some other guys in there as well, but yeah, I mean that's fair because it's all going to just be the top teams. The knock on Carson Beck would be is probably, I mean, without Bowers now, without Ladd McConkey, like they're going to need to replace a little bit. You know, Will Howard, just with, like, the riches of that offense, of everything at Ohio State, listen, it'll be the top guy in the top. It'll be the top quarterback on the best team, and they'll probably throw somebody else. But, like, is there a good defensive player out there? Like, I don't think there's somebody that's like
Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But Colorado's going to, 5 wins?
Yeah, they're going to be bad. Deion out there, man.
I can't stand it.
It's getting bad. Like, he's got these comments now that our wins aren't your wins because he's talking about graduation and all that other kind of stuff. And I go, bro, I'm sorry to tell you, nobody cares. You know when they care is when you win games. Then you can start boasting your graduation rate. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that that's good. The essence of the NCAA should be the opposite. Graduation rate, grades, GPA, molding young women and men to become productive members of society. You can boast that all you want. If you're going 5 and 8 every year or whatever the case is, then nobody cares. You know what I mean? Like, that sucks. And I'm not saying that's right. It's just that's what it is. So I appreciate him trying to push that on the GPA and all that other kind of stuff, but nobody will take notice until you actually start winning. But, yeah, I mean, college football, dude, think about it. Again, we got NFL camps. We got college camps going to be around the corner and before you know it. I love it. I can't wait for the season. I think it's going to be a really fun season of football this year.
Alrighty, well, lastly, here on the morning update, anybody who's been following us at Big Play, unless they're living under a rock, know that we did buy a racehorse. Now, the only problem yet is, Matt, it's Lahaina Luck, but we're still waiting for the final name, and we opened it up to the fans. And Layla, I don't know if you saw the email, we are now up to 739 name submissions for our new racehorse, Lahaina Luck 2022.
So you go to bigplay.com/horse. This is what you do. If you want to buy a piece of the racehorse, which is selling out quick, there's only a fraction of shares left. There's only a limited number that we can sell. And if you want to, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the price anymore. I'm not. Don't say the price anymore.
But as Ken put it, it's a modest, very reasonable price.
It's very reasonable. It's not even the price of an Xbox. It's not even that. So you go to bigplay.com/horse. You can see the share price. Grab 1, grab 5, however much you want, and you're in. You could get the dividends from the source. Always risk of loss. But you're in as a part owner of a horse. That's where it is. But we need to name the horse. So if you go to bigplay.com/horse, again, over 700 entries. I think there's got to be a little prize for the one that we pick, right?
I think so.
So there you go. Do you want to run through some?
I would love to if you had the names.
I have a bunch here.
I'll rate
now,
them.
mine is improbable luck. That was mine. Because you got to remember, the dad is improbable. The mom was Lahaina luck. So improbable luck. Here we go. Lucky big play. Moondog ball. That's a little nod to Cleveland. Rare luck. Command Lahaina. That goes back to the grandfather, I think. Coming in hot. They do that on another show, not ours. That's okay. Lucky Layla or Lucky Lala. Wiki. Inspired Luck. Mo Luck. Because a grandfather, I think, was Uncle Mo. Mo Luck. I like that. I like Mo Luck a lot. Big Play Mo. Unthinkable. Lucky Charm. Believable. Steal Your Fire. Mr. Luck.
What? Sarah Jessica Parker?
We can't do it. She's already, I guarantee you that chick has already copyrighted it.
Her name?
No. If I said I guarantee you that chick has already copyrighted it, what do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Gotta give him.
Hawk Tua?
You gotta give him that Hawk Tua. It's on this list.
Hawk Tua, fair enough.
Pete. Shout out to Pete.
Hawk.
He went to bigplay.com/horse and he said we should name our horse Hawk Tua.
Interesting.
I don't think we can. I really don't think we can. Merciless Son. Improbable Son. Smokey and the Bandit. Don't know if that works. Rarely Improbable Luck. Hidalgo. Where'd that come from? Lahaina Ability. First Luck. Rare Fortune. Brown Super Bowl. Don't think that's going to work, but okay, try it the best you can. Big Luck. Fortunate Son. There it is. So again, you go to bigplayhorse.com because not only do you see the parents of the horse, but the grandparents. That's where like Uncle Mo is coming into this. Lucky Fire, Lucky Star. So go check it out. And I'm sure we'll have a nice giveaway for the winner when we pick it there at bigplay.com/horse and get your piece of the horse.
Fair enough.
What do you want to do now?
Well, do you want to embarrass us in front of the Kaulig Companies Championship?
With the Immaculate Grid?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me do this. Let me go to the Immaculate Grid. So, okay. Can I be honest with you for a second?
Yeah.
We did do basketball yesterday after we lost football.
Okay.
And I think we got near done with that too. The streak's over. We're going to do a thing.
Yeah.
Now, I bring that up to say this. I already got a text from somebody with 4 answers for men's basketball.
Oh, gee, I wonder who.
Yeah. Well, he was here yesterday. We were talking for a while. I don't know what to tell you. So if it's up to you. If you want to do men's basketball, I've got 4 options, but do you want to try football first?
I'd like to try football
All right, so here's the thing. We don't have our monitor here, so I'm going to have to do this while you do it. So I'm assuming the fans see it.
Yes.
You know, they're there. Okay. So we have I'm just making sure I see the right one. Texans, Packers, Texans, Colts, Raiders, Colts, 1,000-yard rushing season.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to fill this out as you go to make sure that I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Timer, 9 minutes. Don't know where I'm at. Go!
All right, 1,000-yard rusher for the Packers.
Aaron Jones. I'm on green, might be on that. Actually, I'm on green. Does he not work for the Packers and the Texans? Hold that off, but I'm just saying. Like, 1,000-yard rusher, Aaron Jones, right?
Right. I mean, he catches a lot of balls.
Oh, no, he's had 1,000 yards. What if I just do it, and then I'll tell you if it's right or not?
In a season.
Aaron Jones is good.
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
All right, Colts.
Just Jonathan Taylor.
Sure. Is he spelled with an H?
It's J. He had no H. Jon.
Jon.
Taylor.
All right, Jonathan Taylor. Boom.
Seahawks. Well, we could save Marshawn Lynch for Seahawks Raiders.
Right.
Can you think of another 1,000-yard rusher for the Seattle Seahawks?
So that would be Sean Alexander.
Okay.
Easily.
Then I'll put Marshawn for Seattle Raiders.
Okay, Seattle, Edgerrin.
And I'm sorry, who's the Seahawks rusher you just said?
Sean Alexander. Sean with a U. Wait a minute.
What?
No. Did you do Edgerrin?
No.
You don't work.
I didn't do Edgerrin.
No, I'm talking about the Raiders and the Seahawks. I just clicked it to fill that in.
I did Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, not Edgerrin James, Marshawn Lynch. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you're
what- I
right.
was
I'm
like,
sorry.
what are you smoking?
I don't know. Because the Colts. I was thinking the Colts. You're right. Actually, Colts, Seahawks, Edgerrin James works. I'm sorry. Marshawn Lynch works. So you have Marshawn Lynch there. Okay. You want to try to knock out the Texans and the Seahawks? For some reason, I feel like we always do pretty well in the Texans. We always come up with some ones there. Not Will Dissly. I don't know why I think Nick Van Out works there. I know he went to Seattle. I think for some reason he went to Houston, but I don't know that for sure. Geno Smith never went to Houston.
Ryan Mallett, I don't think works.
No, he doesn't.
Brock Osweiler,
No, don't think so.
Tim Tebow.
No.
He ain't playing, I don't know what I'm talking about. Never
That's
mind.
all good. It's
All right,
all right, let's skip that.
yeah.
All right, where do you want to go? Packers?
Maybe let's just fill out the Raiders.
Well, Packers, Raiders.
Raiders.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Packers, Texans. I feel like, oh man, there's a receiver. There's something about a receiver that's sticking to me.
For Packers Texans?
For Packers Texans, he was never like a star, right? Like he was never, but like a secondary type of receiver guy there.
Sure. Why? No, never mind.
What?
No, I was tripping. All right, well, let's go Raiders Colts. Fill
All right.
that out.
He hadn't played yet. Gardner Minshew. Jacoby Brissett doesn't work there. Right? No. Brissett's never played for the Raiders. Not Brandon Stokely. Raiders. I guarantee you there's some like legacy player or something that we're not thinking
Oh,
about.
there always is.
Yeah.
And we'll get cooked in the chat.
I know. That's how it goes.
Damn.
Damn, you're right. All right, Colts, Texans. Quarterbacks, not speaking to us. I got cocky saying, like, oh, yeah, we did really well with Houston, and then here we sit now doing it, struggling.
Yeah, that's kind of
Texans, Colts. Case Keenum doesn't work there. I don't think Josh McCown works there. Jacoby Brissett doesn't. Did Tyrod Taylor play for the Colts?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So he's out. Wait a minute. Does Tyrod Taylor, didn't he play for Seattle?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Hold off on that. I'm not sure on that.
Damn.
Colts, Texans. Does Fat Randy work?
For which one?
Colts, Texans. Yeah, I know he kicked for the Texans.
I don't know.
I don't think he ever kicked for the Colts. Dude,
Wow, this is embarrassing.
this is bad. This is a tough one today. Really tough one today. Oh, my God.
This might be our worst one.
Oh, man. Arian Foster never made it to the Colts, right?
Not to my knowledge.
No. It's a tough one, man.
Do I check the chat?
If you want. I mean, we already gave up for the week. We're giving everybody the giveaway next week anyway, so what does it matter?
Amon Green for Green Bay, Houston.
Is that what I was trying to think of? I might have been. Give it a rip. Thank you. Whoever sent that in. Give it a rip. I guess I could too.
Yep.
I'm on.
Maybe we just needed one to get cooking.
All right, get a cook in here. We're back.
Damn.
Colts, Raiders.
I mean,
Dwight Freeney, no.
Gilmore never played for the Texans, did he?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
Never played for the Raiders, right?
I mean,
Dwight Freeney, no. Dude, not Jeff Saturday.
Matt Schaub? Oh. Didn't No. Did he play for the Seahawks?
I don't think so. You might be thinking of Matt Flynn. You know, Matt Schaub with Houston, no.
I mean, does our boy Fitzpatrick fit anywhere?
So Fitzpatrick, I know, played for Houston.
I don't know if
Oh, my God, we're idiots. Yeah, he played in Seattle. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Did he?
Yeah. Right?
It's hard to keep. I don't know.
Click on it. I was waiting for you. I keep
No.
asking. He didn't?
No. Nope. I guess not.
I guess we have to give up. I'm giving up. All right, most popular, Randall Cobb. I forgot
Jadeveon
Andre.
Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney.
I forgot that Andre Johnson played a year with the Colts.
I didn't know he did.
I forgot that. I did. Yep, I forgot. No, wait, I want to look this up too. Colts Raiders. They put Jeff George. We would not have gotten that. I do Eric Dickerson. I knew it. I was going to say it, and I didn't. Kerry Collins, Jeff George, Brian Hoyer.
It's a bad
Brian
week on the
Hoyer.
grid.
Colts Raiders. Darius Hayward Bay.
Oh, that's a name.
That's a pull, right? Zach Crockett, Andre Wright. Wait, what was the other one that I said was really bothering me? That something was speaking to me. We got Amon Green, but there was something else. Colts Packers. I'm sorry, Packers Texans. I think maybe Randall Cobb might have been it. That must have been who I was thinking of on that. And then we didn't get Colts Texans either. Andre Johnson, which you forgot. Mike Adams, former Cleveland Brown. Jerry Hughes. Brian Hoyer again.
Good
We
old
got to
Brian.
always remember Brian, man. We got to keep bringing him up on that. Kiki Kuti, Philip Lindsay or whatever. Yeah, there it is, man. All right, tough game. It doesn't matter because you're still going to get the giveaway from us next week, so that's how it goes. All right, stay with us. Final break. We'll come back. We'll jump in a little bit of time hop. We'll get our best plays for the Guardians tonight as they're down in Tampa to take on the Rays. We'll get to all that coming up. Stay with us. Fontana Show. We are live here at the Kaulig Championships. Come on down, folks. The weather is immaculate today. Unlike the Immaculate Grid, which we couldn't get done. The weather is perfect. $25 can get you in. CauligChampionship.com. The course is pristine. The players are out there. They're going up. You walk into the Kaulig Infinity Zone right where we're at. We've got some giveaways here for you. We've got all the drinks. We've got all the food trucks. And then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage tonight with Cameron Marlowe playing our military appreciation concert tonight. So CauligChampionships.com. Get your tickets. Get on in. We'll see you when you get here. Back right to this time up and our bets for the Guards tonight. All right, back here, Fontana Show live at the Kaulig Companies Championship, kauligchampionship.com for your tickets. We're not done. We're done here at 11. Chico's right after us. Blake and Greg Williams are today. Dude, they were the biggest talk at the bag drop yesterday. Because we played, here comes Greg Williams, former Browns coach, Blake Williams. Everybody says, it's Greg Williams. He's here. Coach Greg will be here. And then also Josh Marie will be here today, right? So they will be here. We're here all day. Kaulig Championships, Kaulig Company Championship, kauligchampionship.com. Just getting the day started. We'll get to our wagers. Ryan and I, we got to win me an Xbox.
Yes, we do.
So here's the thing. I don't want to do it just on the
PS5.
Guards game.
PS5's better.
Xbox. $5 has got to win us $500.
We can do it.
So plus 10,000 is what we have to get to. I don't want it to just be here's my idea. We do a few things in the Guardians game, and then we just pick other MLB games.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so we'll get to that coming up in just a second. But first, we dive into a little bit of time up. Tell you what happened this day in history on the 12th of July, this day 2019. MVP odds. Baker Mayfield, 5th best MVP odds this day 2019.
Are you kidding me?
It was a hot 2018, man.
Wow.
Finished the season strong. I don't even know who would have been the favorite at 2019. I should have probably put that in there. But
Probably would have been Mahomes, go back to back.
Probably.
Or no, probably been Brady.
Brady, still up there, yeah. But 5th best for Baker Mayfield this day 2019. Also, the Browns had very preliminary contract extension talks with Demarius Randall. Traded him for Deshaun Kaiser. He was a good player until Hugh Jackson just hated him. Or it wasn't oh, no, Freddie. He and Freddie had the outs. I don't know. Demarius seemed to, I was really excited when they traded for Demarius Randall. I just feel like he was a little bit of a tumultuous
Is he the one that gave you the ball?
He gave you the ball. Yeah, he's the one that handed him the ball. I think a little bit of a tumultuous time here, but it is what it is. One of the best draft picks ever made from the Cleveland Browns this day 2012. What's your hint? Why would they make it this day? Because it wasn't the regular draft.
What?
2012. July 12th, 2012. The Browns made a draft pick.
In July?
Yeah, that's right. So it would not be the regular draft.
Like an expansion draft?
No.
I'm confused.
Josh Gordon is correct. We took him in the supplemental draft. They wouldn't let him in the regular draft because of all the stuff at Baylor. Took him in the supplemental draft. He would have been a first-round pick. I think we gave up a second-round supplemental pick for it.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Josh Gordon was a freak, man.
Yeah, he was.
Like, we talked, I was talking this about the DN rankings, where, like, if you were to go to somebody like, create me the ultimate defensive end, Myles Garrett might walk out the other side. If you were to say, create me the greatest wide receiver to ever play the game, I think Josh Gordon might come out the other side.
Wow.
He was tall. He was fast. He had hands. He could route run. He had it all, man. And he just couldn't battle, couldn't kick the weed, couldn't kick the drugs. And, it's unfortunate that it kind of pretty much derailed his career. You know about the day Disco died with the White Sox? This day, 1979. Fireworks. Yeah, they burned the records. Fireworks on the field. Not quite.
Disco, man. What's wrong with Disco?
I don't know. It's just the day Disco died. This day, 1979. This day, 1962, the Rolling Stones played their first concert ever at a club in London. They were billed as the Rollin' Stones without the G. It was their first concert ever in London this day, 1963. This day, 1949, baseball owners agreed to install warning tracks at their
probably
field.
a good idea.
Probably a good idea. I would say it's not even stopped some people. Like, I've seen it, and maybe even done this myself, gone just face first into a chain link fence and be like, oh, is that the warning track? I didn't stop, but they installed in this day, 1949. A long list of birthdays here for you. Former Browns quarterback Frank Ryan, Christy Yamaguchi, Tony Sipp, former Indians pitcher, LaShawn McCoy, K'Wan Williams, Brock Lesnar, Richard Simmons, Michelle Rodriguez, and Topher Grace all celebrating birthdays today.
Topher.
There it goes. All right, couple of a movie and a TV show for you to get started here on your Friday. First up, a movie. This day, 1991.
Okay.
This is Freaky. We have discussed this movie this week on the show.
Freaky in what way?
We talked about it just this week on the show. In a natural conversation, this movie came up.
Really?
Yep.
We talk about a lot of movies, though, Matt.
I know. But we discussed heist movies earlier this week.
Oh. Point
Break is correct.
Let's go.
Well done.
Let's go.
Well done. Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
Isn't that
that is
weird?
weird. That is
Came
weird.
up. Debuted this day. And I didn't see the remake. I'm sure the remake was ass. Do not remake that movie. That movie is perfect in the way that it is. Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves. I love that freaking movie. It's awesome. Point Break, this day, 1991. All right, next up, this day, 1976, a television show.
MASH.
No. Game show.
Price is Right.
No.
Wheel of Fortune.
No.
Jeopardy.
No.
Family Feud.
Family Feud is correct. My hint was going to be, I know you're a big...
I had to get there eventually.
I know you're a big Family Guy fan, so I was just going to say chair. Yeah. Another chair. Give me Picard's flute. How did you know? I was in the poll. That was in the poll. That was Family Feud. This day, 1976. I mean, it's funny because you all sit there, and I'll see the meme where it's like, you know, they go, name a fruit, and somebody goes, hamburger, and the family goes, oh, yeah, great answer. And everybody's like, you idiot. You idiot. I'm sure there's pressure being on that stage with Steve Harvey staring at you and all that kind of stuff. Great mustache on Steve Harvey. And I do like the celebrity part of it. There was a clip that was going around. I guess Megan Thee Stallion was on there, and he asked her to name something curvy, and she said herself. Yeah. And he was like, you know, that's the fun thing about Steve Harvey is like being a comedian. He's witty, he can kind of play the game, have the jokes and all that kind of stuff. I would say probably of all the game shows, Family Feud might be my favorite.
You know mine, right?
No.
Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah, Jeopardy's always fun.
100%.
Jeopardy's always fun. I mean, the question is, if you were doing Jeopardy, I guess, or Family Feud, you had to do the what category would you just ace? It's funny to watch Jeopardy with, like, the really, really intellectual people. NFL, and they'll do football, and they'll go, you know, when one player on offense flips the ball backwards and hands it to another one, what is that called? Like, the answer is, what is a reverse? You know, and they're sitting there and they're like, you know, just the easiest questions, but when it comes to sports, they just are trash.
That's what made James Holzhauer so good.
Well, yeah, that's why, because he really was broad spectrum, like,
He's a professional sports gambler.
That's right, and he had but again, had all the categories that he could just go with it. Who's the greatest Jeopardy champion, him or Ken Jennings?
So Ken has the longest win streak. Obviously, James has made the most money. Brad Rutter, I believe, is the who's made the most money
I saw
in the tournaments.
Yes, I saw him because he was on the Tournament of Champions.
Yes, and then obviously you have the newer ones, Amy Schneider.
Yeah, she did really.
Matt something.
Yeah,
he's from Ohio actually.
Yeah.
I would say Ken Jennings. But I would argue that James Holzhauer. I think they did the tournament and Ken won, I believe.
I think he did too. I will tell you, though, I don't watch it often anymore, but he has kind of grown on me. When he first started as the host, I go, this ain't going to work with him, man.
Fine.
But I think he's I think it's been better. Right, you're talking about replacing the ultimate legend. Yeah. Do you know who's hosting Wheel of Fortune when Pat Sajak sets down? I didn't know this. No. I just found this out. Ryan Seacrest.
Don't like that.
I don't. He does so much. I don't. Yeah.
How is he still relevant?
I don't know. He's Ryan Well, the other thing is he's got the production companies.
Oh,
so, like, all the shows that he is basically producing, he just puts himself in there. Like, I think, I'm shooting from the hip on this. I think Ryan Seacrest produced the Kardashian show. So that's just got to be printing fucking money at that point. I'm pretty sure, hang on. I'm going to Google this right now.
Is it just Seacrest
I think it's Seacrest Productions. Seacrest Productions. Here we go. Television series by Ryan Seacrest Productions. Bromance, didn't know that was a thing. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe and Lamar, Courtney and Khloe take down the Hamptons, Courtney and Kim in Miami, Courtney and Kim in New York, The Life with Kylie. Stop it right there. For as stupid and bad as those shows are, just print the fucking money while you're at it. The Revenge Body with Khloe, Robin China. How'd that go? Like, that's it. That's it. So then he can get out. Like that, to answer your question about why Ryan Seacrest is still relevant, there is the answer to your question. He made a bunch of money doing that. And I don't think he's producing the Wheel of Fortune, but, like, he's a name. Flip it like Disick, all that kind of stuff. So to each their own there. With Ryan Seacrest doing it. All right, Ryan, it's time for me to get an Xbox.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready for this? Now, we are efforting several different outlets for our sports betting needs here on the show. I am just going to pick the book that I use the most. Should I tell people what it is? Do you think it hurts?
I don't see why it would.
Okay. Bet365. I'm a big Bet365 person, mostly because I can bet on degenerate Call of Duty. So here's how it's going to go. We could go to the WNBA if you wanted to. We need to get a plus 10,000 parlay today so I can bet $5, win $500, and buy myself an Xbox. So we start. Guardians, Rays. The Guardians are the dog at plus 120. Do we take them to win minus a run and a half?
Who's on the mound today?
Carlos Carrasco. They need to win, and they need to win bad. Guardians minus a run and a half is plus 185, so that's off to our start.
I'd go money line.
Go money line?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You don't want to lose on a one run.
Yeah, but we're going to have to get something dicey here. Going to have to pick up something here. All right, plus 120. Do you want to go anybody to get a hit? Quan? Hang on. Wait, stand by.
Quan one hit isn't going to net you much.
But okay, so here's the other thing, too.
You want to get crazy, Matt?
But
you want to get crazy?
Sure.
Throw a Jose bomb in there in a dome.
He's due. All right, money line. Guardians plus 120. Where's the home runs on this thing? Hits, extra innings, no. Pitcher props, I don't want. Player props, that it? Player home runs. Jose Ramirez plus 425. So if we do that, wait, why can't I add those two together? Come on, man.
They don't want you to have an Xbox.
They don't.
They know you're cooking up the most perfect parlay.
That's what I'm saying. Son of a gun. I can't do it for some reason. So wait, if I add that to my bet slip. Why can't I do those together? All right. Should I just do the home run then?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, that's one. To baseball. Dodgers versus the Tigers, but Tariq Skubal is pitching for the Tigers.
Who's on the mound for the Dodgers?
Paxton. James Paxton. Money line plus 115.
Is it in Detroit?
Yeah. I'm doing it. It already gets us to plus 1,000.
I don't know. They're coming off a high from the Guards series.
But that's what I'm saying. There's going to be a letdown there.
Yeah, I'd go Dodgers.
Okay. Phillies Athletics. Phillies got to be minus a run and a half. That's minus 135. So we'll add that. Yankees Orioles. Garrett Cole on the hill.
Who's pitching for the
Povich. It's over under of 9. Just stay away from it. Yankees Orioles. I actually think the Yankees come back and get that win. All right, so we're there. So we're already to 34-36 on just 4 legs.
Who might be there with one more?
Rockies Mets. Mets a giant favor over the Rockies. Let's just add that to boost it. Minus 250 money line. Mets. Okay. Yeah, but isn't that the one that always comes back and just bites you in the ass?
That's how it works.
That's how it goes. Reds. Should we give a little love to our Reds? They're playing the Marlins.
I don't want to see the Reds win, but sure.
Okay. 79-46. Pirates White Sox. Rangers Astros. Nationals Brewers. Cubs Cardinals. Mariners Angels.
Cubs are ass. Go Cardinals.
Cardinals minus 200. Ryan, that gets there if we like it.
Let's do it.
Let's get that. That's actually plus 11,969. $5 wins me $600 to win my Xbox.
Lock it in.
Done. Boom.
Who's your first rebuild in college football?
So here's the thing. My buddies and I.
No,
they're not in. They're D3. So my buddies and I were going to pick MAC teams. We were going to do the MAC conference. Each one of us takes a team in a dynasty. So I applied and for one day was a student at Kent State University before I went to Baldwin Wallace.
Interesting.
So I would probably pick Kent. My grandfather went there. My uncle went there, but my mom went to Akron. So I would like to maybe pick the Zips. I spent a lot of time there. My father-in-law went to BG. My wife's uncle, her sister, and her husband all went to OU, Ohio. So I would pick any of those. I would maybe pick the Bobcats because I like their color scheme. I like the Bobcat there. So I'd probably pick them. The other one, honestly, if it was outside of that, you know a team I'd love to play with? Wyoming. I don't know why. I just like the cowboy thing. I'd probably pick Wyoming to rebuild.
Little Josh Allen love?
Little Josh Allen love there, probably it.
I got to do my Bearcats because Scott Satterfield's
that's fine.
Trash.
That's fine. You can pick the Bearcats on that.
Luke Fickell left my program.
You know I'm not
shambles.
picking Michigan. I'm not picking Penn State. I'm not picking Wisconsin. I don't even want to pick any of the SEC schools. They're
What
just
about
kind of
like Kennesaw State, like a crazy.
yeah,
small
some kind of weird Grambling, something like that. UAB.
Did they get rid of their football team, or is it back now?
Did they get rid of it? They might have. I don't know.
It might be back now.
I don't know. They might have. Do some love for the Pac-12. Take Stanford or something like that. Try to build them back. I don't think you'd build Stanford back up. But yeah, I'd probably pick Wyoming. But we're gonna again. If I get tonight goes the way we need it to here. Tonight goes the way we need it. I'm buying an Xbox. Save this clip and send it to me so I can send it to my wife. She wouldn't even know. I'll just deposit. I'll just pull the money out, but she's gonna ask where I got the money from the Xbox, and I don't want to lie to my wife. So I'm gonna have to tell. So I want you to send me this clip and say, "Honey, it's 10:52 on Friday, July 12th.
All right, if it hits,
I have spent a parlay for tonight on $5. If it hits, I'm gonna buy an Xbox." She just texted me. She might be watching the show. No, it's the things I have to go pick up. I got a honey-do list. I'm so mad.
It's the things you have to buy that aren't
I
an
am
Xbox.
so mad that I told my wife I would go pick things up. We have an appointment this afternoon because that means I have to leave. I'm so mad.
Unbelievable.
Folks, Kaulig Company's championship. And people are coming in, man. It's getting packed in here. Which I don't mean that to like shoo people away. There's plenty of room. The parking is accessible with the shuttles. All that kind of stuff is here. Check it out. CauligChampionship.com. Get your tickets for the afternoon. Come on down at 1 o'clock. Come on down at 1 o'clock. Plenty of golf. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage with Cameron Marlowe tonight as our Folds of Honor Military Appreciation Concert tonight. We got it all cooking for you tonight. Is that a Celsius?
It is. You want one?
Yeah, I do.
Can you catch this?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be really embarrassing, Matt.
Ooh, it's cold.
Yeah, baby.
Who brought these over?
The Celsius 10 over
Thank you so much. God bless you, people.
there. Steve
What color do you have? Or
I
what?
have
Do you have orange?
Sparkling orange.
Yeah, I got orange too.
Steve Stricker, 1 under. through
1 under for already.
He's officially the leader now, 5 under.
God, I want to crack this garage beer too.
You're allowed. You're a big boy.
Well, it's warm. We'll get a cold one in here rocking.
I've never
God
had a
bless
Celsius.
the Celsius. They're pretty good, man. They're pretty good. God
Never
bless
had
Celsius. I need it. I played golf yesterday. Woe is me. I know. I get it. Then I was on ESPN. So I woke up this morning and I had to wake up early and I had to bribe my son with donuts. I woke up my wife because I usually take him to stop for donuts on the way to school. And this morning I look at him and I go, "Buddy, I got a proposition for you. We got to get in the car right now, but we'll stop at the donut store." And he was like, "Free." I've never seen him not complain about brushing his teeth, using the potty, getting dressed. And he was like, "Dad, move your ass. We're going to the donut store." So I got him in the car. So I was like, "Hey, we got a little drive this morning."
What's his favorite donut?
Sprinkles. That's it. Every time we walk in, shout out to the Donut Pantry in Lakewood. Oh, my God. Their donuts slam. They got a good iced coffee, too. That's what this is right here. Delish. But donuts. They got donuts with a little chocolate frosting on it, and you're ready to go. Folks, we appreciate everybody so much here at the Kaulig Company's Championship. They're so hospitable for us. It's great. They're raising money for charity while we're out here as well. It's great I see so many kids coming in now. Get on down here. Get your drinks. Celsius 10 is here. The lines are starting to form now for the food trucks. Kaulig Infinity Zone included in your ticket. Check it out. CauligChampionships.com. Pro Shop is right over there. The range is going. Golfers are on the course. You might be watching this and saying, "I can't get down there." Folks, took me 40 minutes. From the west side of Cleveland.
Yeah.
The west side took me 45 minutes. That was it. Traffic was a breeze this morning.
Yeah, you're on my side of town
dude,
now.
and I know. And you want to know what, dude? The parking. Even for the general parking, they've got the shuttles rocking. Get on down here. CauligChampionships.com for the Kaulig Company's Championship. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage tonight. There's much worse ways to spend your Friday. Trust me. Weather, I see one cloud in the sky right now.
I see a couple.
It is immaculate today. It's beautiful. Drinks are flowing. Beverages are going. We got the food. CauligChampionships.com. Thank you so much to Matt Kaulig and his team. And really, everybody at Big Play making this happen. You guys, everybody set this up. It's been awesome. So, again, don't go anywhere. Chico coming up in about an hour, right?
Yes.
And then we got Josh and Maria this afternoon. Blake and Greg Williams will be here. I know that's going to be a big hit with the Williams boys coming here. So we'll see you at CauligChampionships.com. Thank you so much to them for joining. We'll recap the bracket next week.
Sounds good.
Want to hit back on the bracket next week. We'll do that. Appreciate everybody joining us. Appreciate the support. Drop us a follow on X, Twitter, at Matt Fontana Show.
What day are we doing the giveaway?
We got two options. We either do it Tuesday when it drops, or we pre-order it now and let it run for the week. You want to announce it on Monday? Because we haven't officially announced what it is, but I'll give you one guess what comes out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You're actually getting my copy of it because I can't play it.
There you go.
What if I hit the parlay tonight, and then I go, actually, you don't get it because now I can play it? Those are good problems to have, Ryan.
That
so
is
we'll
very
see if that
true.
happens. So we'll announce it on Monday, maybe let it run the week.
Yeah, I like that.
Something like that.
Good
We'll
idea.
do that.
That's a good idea.
So we'll do that on Monday on the show. Again, appreciate everybody following us. At Matt Fontana Show, Twitter, X, YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel there. We're up on Twitch as well and Instagram. Have a hell of a day, and it'd be even better if we got down to the Kaulig Championship. For Ryan Tyler.